Whispers carried through the scorched peaks of the Azure Ridge, where the bloodied echoes of battle still clung to jagged stone. In the ruins of the Heavenly Sword Sect, Mu Chen's eyes burned with a mixture of fury and resolve, the weight of countless adversaries pressing upon his shoulders. Shadows twist and coil, promising that no victory comes unchallenged, and that even the mightiest warrior must confront secrets buried deep within the heart of power. In Martial God Asura Chapter 135, Chapter 136, the storm gathers step Mu Chen takes will draw him closer to a fate neither friend nor foe can foresee. In the heart of the Vermilion Bird City, under a moonless sky, a storm of emotions quietly roared. A young woman, Su Ru, stood frozen, her heart twisted in a knot she had never encountered before. Just last night, her world had been shattered in ways she could not yet comprehend. Her chastity, her pride, had been taken by Chu Feng in a single, unforgettable moment. And yet now, as he spoke of claiming both her and her sister Su Mei, she felt a strange bitterness, an emotion she could neither name nor fully understand. Could it be desire? But how could she desire the man her own sister loved? Confusion gripped her, and for the first time, Su Ru confronted the mystery of her own heart. The door opened, and Chu Feng stepped out. Clad in fresh garments, the clothes from last night had been torn to tatters by his own hands, a silent testament to the chaos they had endured together. His voice cut through the tension, calm and measured. Will this be hidden or revealed to the world? Suru's delicate brow furrowed. Revealed? How could it be? If the truth comes out, how would little Mei look at you? At me? Her voice trembled, betraying her nerves. Chu Feng's lips curved in a faint, confident smile. I will heed your words for now, though the truth cannot stay buried forever. What do you mean? Suru demanded, suspicion sharpening her voice as though ready to ward off his boldness. It means you are mine, sooner or later. His eyes sparkled with a wild mischief, as if the events of last night were nothing but a pleasurable memory, a play of fate he had chosen to savor. Anger flared in Suru. She cast him a venomous glance before turning away, her voice laced with warning. Go. Leave while the night still hides you. Let no one know you spent the night here. Chu Feng nodded, unhurried. I intended to leave anyway. Speak to little Mei and your father for me. And with that, he moved toward the stairs, each step echoing with a quiet finality. Wait! Suru's eyes blazed with incredulity. You're leaving the Vermilion Bird City? Indeed. Chu Feng's reply was simple, yet carried a weight that silenced her for a moment. How can you abandon this so lightly? After all that happened, you don't even seek the truth. Fury surged within her. He had taken something sacred, and now he seemed ready to vanish as though it were nothing. Chu Feng's voice held a calm precision as he unraveled the night's mysteries. Your servant invited me under your orders, or so it seemed. There was tea and a fragrance in your bathroom, a fragrance potent enough to drain the strongest cultivator of their power. Last night, even holding a chicken would have been impossible for you. Suru stared, dumbfounded, as his sharp insight pierced the darkness. And who, within this city, could orchestrate such a betrayal? Chu Feng asked, his gaze steady, almost serene. Her mind reeled. She had never imagined he could analyze events so swiftly, uncovering truths hidden deep in shadows. His mastery of observation, his calm discernment, left her stunned. You know who it is too, Chu Feng said, sensing her thoughts. Their goal, we understand each other. I hold no grudge against them. If anything, I owe them gratitude. And what of the daughters? Suru's voice trembled, a mix of fear and curiosity. Chu Feng smiled, a quiet, self-assured curve of lips. Had it not been for their schemes, I might have claimed only one. But now, both shall be mine. He descended the stairs, each step a declaration of unyielding intent. Why say that? How do you know I will marry you? Her voice was sharp, demanding understanding. Chu Feng's answer was unwavering. I cannot promise your hand, but your heart is already bound to me. Should you ever favor another, that man will not survive. His tone left no room for doubt. From this day forward, both you and little Mei are mine. You cannot escape. Suru remained rooted, her mind a storm of emotions. She had never felt such disarray in her life, even as she matured into a woman of grace and strength. Before the echoes of his departure faded, Su Hen arrived. He moved with quiet apprehension, pausing at the sight of his daughter. His face was heavy with apology, though no words came. Stepping into the room, he saw the blood on the floor and sighed deeply. "Daughter, I am sorry for the wrong done to you." Calmly, Su Ru asked, "Why was this necessary?" Su Hen's voice carried a weight of years and duty. The Shangguan family is not to be underestimated. To disrupt their union with little Mei would invite their wrath. Even if we emerge victorious, our city would tremble. Little Mei's heart is bound to Chu Feng, and he is a force none can obstruct. Thus, I acted, to bind him to us. Su Ru's eyes flickered. Her smile suddenly twisted with a strange and dangerous light. Indeed, Chu Feng is responsible. Do not give little Mei to Shangguan Ya, or not even the heavens will save the two families from his wrath. Her father's face paled, confusion and fear mingling in his gaze. You would have him destroy your family? Your daughter's beloved? Su Ru's voice was steady, yet edged with fire. Father, you understand nothing of him. He answers only to himself and those he holds dear. All others are merely tools or shadows in his eyes. With that, she turned and departed, leaving the palace and its confines behind. Though her face was composed, fury burned within, a fire that could endure a lifetime. Su Hen stood silently, watching the figure of his daughter vanish into the night, his heart a tangle of doubt and fear. After long moments, he whispered to the wind, "Could it be that I have truly erred?" The night had barely retreated when the first whispers of dawn began brushing against the rooftops of Vermilion Bird City. And yet, within a chamber cloaked in the shadows of yesterday's storm, a tempest of a different sort churned, a storm of hearts, confusion, and unspeakable desire. Su Ru stood frozen. Her thoughts knotted in ways she had never known. Her mind still reeled from the events of the night before, her innocence claimed, her pride wounded. But now an even stranger sensation gnawed at her heart. Chu Feng, the man who should have belonged to her sister alone, had spoken words that turned her very soul upside down. "I will marry both of you," he had said. The words lingered in the air, sour and intoxicating, leaving her unsure if she despised or secretly craved them. Could it be that she felt something for him? And yet, how could she? Chu Feng was meant for Su Mei, her sister. How could her heart betray her so? Never before had Su Ru been confronted with the enigma of herself, and now that truth pressed heavily against her chest. From the darkness, a figure emerged. Chu Feng, clothed anew, stepped into the faint light. His garments were pristine, a stark contrast to the tattered remnants of last night. He exuded calm, yet his aura brimmed with dangerous intent. Will this remain secret, or will the world know? His voice was low, teasing, almost like a blade tracing the air. Su Ru's brows knitted tightly. Her voice trembled as she replied, "What are you thinking? How could this ever be made public? If it is, how would little Mei see you? How would she see me?" Anxiety danced in her tone, like leaves in a storm. Chu Feng's eyes gleamed with unreadable amusement. "We shall follow your counsel, for sooner or later it must be known." His words were deceptively calm, yet beneath that serenity lay a current of inexorable will. "What do you mean?" Su Ru's voice sharpened, her fingers clenching as she tried to anchor herself against the swirl of emotions threatening to overtake her. He smirked, a slow curl of lips that spoke of both mischief and certainty. "Nothing more than this. You are mine. One day, the world will see it, and it will not trouble me in the slightest, for last night remains a sweet memory I intend to savor." Anger flared within Su Ru, but she masked it with a deliberate turn of her head. Her voice, firm and laced with authority, drove him away. "Go, leave while the city sleeps, and do not let a soul know that you were here." Chu Feng inclined his head, steps measured, his departure inevitable. "I was planning to leave anyway. Speak to little Mei and your father for me." And with that, he descended, leaving the room heavy with tension and unsaid words. "Wait," Su Ru called, her composure fracturing. "You said you were leaving Vermilion Bird City?" "Yes." Chu Feng's nod was simple, unadorned, yet it carried the weight of finality. "How can you be so reckless? We've been caught in a storm of events, and yet you depart without seeking the truth?" Her gaze burned into him, her fury a living thing, fed by the memory of what he had taken, her very body. Chu Feng's voice was serene, almost scholarly in its calm. "Consider the facts. Last night, your own servant summoned me. She claimed you required my presence and even brewed a special tea for me. That tea, it changed the course of events." He paused, letting the revelation hang like a dagger in the air. "And the fragrance in your bath, It was no ordinary scent. It could nullify cultivation, render the strongest powerless. Even a chicken could not have been held with your strength. That was its work. Suru's heart skipped, her mind whirling. How can you know this? How could you deduce so much so swiftly? Chu Feng's eyes shone with clarity, unflinching. Within Vermilion Bird City, only a few hold such sway over their own servants. Only a mastermind could orchestrate this. You know the one I speak of. And his goal? We understand it both, do we not? I harbor no resentment. Gratitude, perhaps. A shadow of amusement crossed his face. Had this scheme not unfolded, I might have taken only one daughter, but now both shall belong to me. His smile was a quiet storm as he descended the staircase, each step leaving a trail of inevitability behind him. Suru's disbelief fought with her rising pulse. Why do you claim that? How can you know I will marry you? I cannot know for certain, but you are already mine. Let no other man lay claim to your heart, or his fate shall be sealed. His voice cut like a sword. From this day forth, you and little May, both are mine. Do not think to escape. And with that, he vanished into the dim morning, leaving Suru standing amidst the shadows of her own confusion. Before the morning sun could fully rise, Su Hen appeared. He moved with quiet apology, his gaze settling on Suru, a father burdened with regret. He entered the room, and upon seeing the evidence of last night's struggle, a sigh escaped him. My daughter, I have wronged you. Suru's voice was calm, but tinged with restrained anger. Why did it have to be this way? The strength of the Shangguan family cannot be underestimated, Su Hen replied, voice low and measured. Had little May's union with Shangguanya been broken, the repercussions would have been severe. Even if we prevailed, Vermilion Bird City itself would teeter on the brink. Little May loves Chu Feng. Everyone sees it. Had it been another, I could have severed the bond. But he is different. A genius whose future cannot be constrained. Our family cannot afford enmity with him. He paused, allowing her to absorb the weight of his reasoning. You were wronged, yes. But that connection, that bond, ensures he cannot pursue little May freely. Even if he does not serve our family, he will protect you, not for the world, but for you alone. Suru's smile emerged, strange, unsettling, yet not devoid of cunning. Her father's hair rose in alarm at its intensity. Father, you are right. Chu Feng is a man of responsibility. We must not give little May to Shangguanya, else he may wipe out both the Shangguan and Su families, leaving only you and her behind. Su Hen's eyes widened, alarm flashing. What do you mean? Would he still think of little May after all this? Destroy our family? Wouldn't he fear the world's judgment? Suru's calm gaze fixed on him, unwavering. You misunderstand him. Chu Feng answers to no one but himself and those he values. To others, he is indifferent. Do not try to bind him to your world. With that, she turned, descending into the waking city. Her composure was unbroken, but her fury, stoked by her father's actions, burned as fiercely as a lifetime of storms. Su Hen lingered on the threshold, shadows of doubt clouding his features. After a long silence, his voice, barely audible, whispered to the empty room. Could it be that I have truly misjudged him? The city stirred around them, but within the hearts of the Su family, a battle far more intricate than any blade fight had begun, a struggle for loyalty, love, and the unyielding will of a man named Chu Feng.